because words classify discrete entities.
Sorry, words?
Well, we use words to categorize, to classify, to conceptualize.
To point also. Not just that, but to point. The highest opportunity is merely to point to something which is beyond words itself. We're not necessarily creating. Words are not only for creating, also for directing, also to guide and say this. They are useful up to a point. Make use of them.
Tell you what my problem is. What we're discussing is something that goes beyond words, and yet we're using words to discuss it. How can you show me the path? How can I see what you're seeing and experience what you're experiencing? By how can we do this through words? Because it's beyond words. This is my problem.
In the same way that you look in a mirror and you know you're not in the mirror. Okay? Somebody tell you, hey, your face is dirty, really, you look in the mirror. Okay. You don't go and clean the mirror. Isn't it? So in the same way, is somehow the words are somehow pointing to something that is beyond words. You sense it. Yes. And in that, something is cleared up. The words are useful up to a point. We're not celebrating words. I'm not a poet. I'm pointing to something, and you're intelligent enough to sort of look, yes, okay. It's not anything you can talk about, so I'm not telling you about what is real. I'm not telling you about the self. I'm not telling you about the absolute. Anything about is not true. This is why I'm not saying, I have no teaching for you. I'm just pointing. Whatever you can see, including intellect, question, problems, all of these, they are merely phenomena showing up. I'm not telling you make your bed there. I'm saying look at all of these. They are impermanent. Even the sense of I arises in the space of your seeing. Is it true or not? What is your problem? Your favorite word? I'm from Jamaica. We say no problem. You have a different thing. What is your problem?
When I leave here today,
Yes.
What can I do so that I can end up in your position? What can I do so that we're all here because we're struggling to have, it's not constant, Do you know what I mean, don't you? I hope you do.
I want you to finish up.
Well, yes, we've talked about there's no journey and it's already here and there's nothing to do.
No. If you're paying attention, I'm not inclined to tell you these things. There's no journey, there's nothing to do. I'm not saying this thing. I'm saying if there is a journey, who is making it? My questions are different. Maybe you're thinking somebody else's questions. It's not my question. I'm not telling you there's no journey, there's nothing to do, there's no world, nothing exists. I don't speak like this. I'm asking you, who is it that exists? Who will make the journey? Who is making a journey? Who has a problem? Please look. Find out for yourself. Don't merely accept what someone tells you. I'm asking you, and we are sitting beside each other, looking together, but the discovery is entirely your own.
Thank you.
No.
You're not going to let me off the hook, I see. There's a piece missing because you have... What if you don't have experience that I... My feeling is that you have experience or understanding that I'm lacking.
My feeling is that you think I have an experience other than what you experience. And I'm here to tell you that this knowledge and this direct experience of truth is already with you, 100%. but you are not conscious of it.
So how can I become conscious of it?
We can continue talking about it a bit more. First of all, you are conscious. Let's start there. You are already conscious. It's all in that. You are conscious. Nobody can give you consciousness. You're already conscious. You cannot purchase it. It's there. You're conscious, and so anything can show up in this consciousness. But perhaps some conditioning may restrict the ability of consciousness to remain open to itself. Why are you knitting your eyebrows now? What's happening?
Because my intellect is trying to make sense of what you're saying.
Okay. Okay, don't make sense of anything.
Then there's nothing to understand.
No, don't jump so fast. Take a chance to take a breath in it. Because otherwise, the intellect is also saying, but if I don't do this, then nothing's going to happen. See? Just make one step first. Don't touch any intention to do something, to change or to fix or to get somewhere for a moment. And experience what remains like this. Don't go to a conclusion so quickly. Taste first what it's like to be without association or intention. Just leave it aside for the moment. And then see if, without holding on to any intention or any idea, is there something lacking? In fact, it's a very intelligent way, a scientific way. Something feels something is lacking. So I am not going to hold on to anything for support for a moment, stand on my feet entirely, and then I'll clearly be able to see if there is something lacking.
Okay, there's nothing lacking. If I just sit here with no intent.
Something else is there. Something here is also there sitting with you. Like a kind of a subtle disbelief is there. Like, okay, I'm doing this, but nothing's going to happen if I don't do nothing. There's a thought with you, and it carries an energetic presence with it. It's like, okay, I'll cooperate with you, I'll do it. Okay, I don't do nothing, okay? All right? But even if this thought is there, also be aware of that, and it's not that. It cannot be defined. There's an indefinable sense there. I regard it as a feelingless feeling, without content, pure like space.
I agree that sometimes there is that awareness. Yes.
Yes. Would that be an awareness of awareness?
Yes.
Yes. And in this moment,
this moment now?
yes. Yeah.
Yes, I guess it's there. With all the other things, yes.
Is it tied to anything? Or when you say with all the other things, you mean all the other things can move about in it? Does it have a shape or an edge or a sort of like a limit?
Its only attribute seems to be awareness.
Yes. Very good. What about you? Who are you in it? Is there a you in it? Like we're in this room. Is there a you separate from it that is in it and can go out of it? Look.